Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be part 2 of the follow-up regarding the really awesome Mox beta that I received, and will be a little more definitive about whether or not this card is inked right now. I've already done this off camera before, so I know what I'm going to show. This is the Chaos Orb, my own Beta HP Chaos Orb. So these are two very HP cards. I'm going to be comparing apples to apples, especially because this Beta Chaos Orb, as I shown in the other video, it is inked. It's inked. I can just go for the top. I don't know if you can, this is in focus, but if you look at the top, it's inked. In fact, if you look around any of the sides, you'll see little spots of ink. And the way this was inked is it was inked a long time ago, likely in the 90s, and then played with unsleeved quite a bit, maybe even intentionally sanded, I can't say for sure, but it was played to the point where a lot of the inking has worn off. Now, this Beta Mox had probably less inking done to it. Well, I guess I'm getting to the conclusion ahead of time here, but less inking done and certainly played afterwards, and where there's only some parts like at the top where I compared it in the other video, looking top down with the regular camera view, that you can see the inking. So let's go straight to it. I'm going to take, just going to turn the camera for a second, show you. I have a microscope set up, and what I'm doing is I'm holding the camera. I'm going to be holding the cards on edge like that, set up just correctly so you can see the edge. So we can look right at the edges, that just enough edges. I don't have to do every edge on the card, but just to get a sense of what's going on and what to look for. So I'm going to start with the white, with this white background behind the Chaos Orb, because it really helps the microscope focus and also to see contrast. And we'll just look at the top of the Chaos Orb and what it looks like. So here we go. Okay, so you can see right away, you see the black, which is the card stock after the border, and you can see on top of that a dark line, which is right over there. I wish I had something finer to point with. I shall point with my knife. So with this knife, we'll look at, where is it? There. We'll look at that black line. So that's what would look like strong inking. And then as the ink fades, it looks more like this. See how it's kind of mold and almost brown? That's so that's what inking looks like under a microscope lens. Let's see if we can get it to focus a little better. There we go. Oh, almost had it. There we go. Okay, so there we go. So you can see the dark part there above, that is ink that hasn't rubbed off very much at all. And you can see it fading to kind of like that brown or that lighter color to either side of it. That's what it looks like when it fades. And you can see the whole top of this card at one time was likely inked. There you can see little telltale bits of the ink left there at the top, much lighter, and then a darker spot just above the B in the orb. And we'll go all the way to this corner, and you can see darker spots and the lighter discoloration between them. And you see how that really looks different than the cardstock, than the way the cardstock fades. When the cardstock loses its color, it just kind of goes to white. It doesn't really fade the same way that the inking does. As the inking, anyways, it's quite permeated deeper into the stock because of the nature of the way the Sharpie is, the runny ink. The black ink that is used in printing these cards is delivered more onto the surface by the plates that press it in there. Let's see if I can get it back into focus again. Nope, not quite. There. I think that's the first part of the inking that we started with. And we'll keep moving across now, going the other. There we go again. Some other things you can sometimes see here is you can see the blue core of the card. You see the blue core of the card, that's actually the separation there between the two layers. Now that's hard to keep these together here. Let me try to get my knife in here again. So there's my knife blade. So let's get this up again to focus. Right there running along the card. You'll see that there's a blue line, and that's the center core of this card stock. As we keep going, see if I can get I'd like the light to hit this a little better. That's my one complaint right now. So light's not really hitting the front of the card. Come on. Come on. Nope. I don't know why it's so dark. There. That's better. Okay. So continuing along, you can see again a little dark blob of ink there on the left, and traveling it kind of fades. I had it much better. For whatever reason, I had the light reflecting, but there we go. That's better. So keep going along. You can just see, you can see the other side of the card, which is the edge over there. Then the next layer you can see is the, the core, which is the blue layer right there. And then you can see the kind of the edge of this card and the inking that's on it. There you go. And how it looks, it really is a different color, a different consistency, and a different wear than the black in the cardstock. The black in the cardstock, when it's removed, you see those white dots. It removes quite completely. It doesn't really fade or go like a dirty brownish color. And that's what happens with Sharpie ink. So there is a very good example of what an inked card, a known inked card looks like. So let's look. Now we'll take the Mox Emerald, and I'll do the same thing. So you can see that's the emerald right there, and maybe we'll go from right to left. So you see it has exactly the same telltale sign as the other one. You can see the cardstock center in the middle. You can see the other side, and you can see after the black of the card there is a layer of inking, faded inking. It's maybe wasn't as much inking, and it has possibly faded more, but that brown is not the way that the black fades away. That is not the way that the cardstock black fades. It fades very differently, and that's the way that inking looks. And here's another little example of it where I saw it. So that's right by that little divot in the center, and you can see some more inking right there. Or don't want to sound accused, right? Like, I mean, it is inking. You can see by the comparison that it's inking. So there you go. That's what that looks like. A little more inking there. And the card has this going around. The top and the bottom are the most obvious places to see this. So I'm just going to show it to you there. But if you examine the card all the way around, you can see that this is over there as well, and other spots on the card, just not quite as much. So same thing. You've got, you know, the other side of the card, then the blue core of the card, and then followed by, let's get it there to focus so I can just one last time show it in camera. Come on. Yeah. All right. So you got the other side, and then you got the blue core, then you got a little bit of, then you got the faded ink right there, and then you got the black border. And like, you know, there's not much else to say. They're different colors, and it's not the same black. So this is one very, very good way to show it, and I hope that everybody understands this, and it's helpful to you in the future. All right, take care. Thanks for watching.